Now, so when you want to solve this now, the question says, the question says a hunter walked into a bush on a bearing of what? 0 20 degree. Always put that zero. It shows that you are solving bearing and distance. If you put ordinary 20 degrees, you just seem like you are solving just one angle question. But when they see zero at the front, they will know that okay, you are solving what? A bearing question. Now, a hunter walked into a bush on a bearing of what? 0 20 degree. Now, let's say this is the hunter. Always draw what? Always draw this north pole first to represent that particular person or that particular location. Now, a hunter walked into a bush on a bearing of 20 degree. Now, assume this is 90 degree. This is the north pole. Then the east will fall on this line. Understood? Now, definitely between this one and this one is what is 90 degree. Between here and here is 90 degree. This is a right angle, 90 degree. That means 20 will fall in between this place and this place. So we now say they walked into a bush on a bearing of what? 0 20 degree to reach a what? A earth. Then you draw it like this, straight up. You draw it straight up. Let us assume this is where the earth is. Then immediately you reach this place, you draw the same thing, the same north pole to indicate that now it's reached here. And it reached a earth. Now this is what? This is the hunter, which is H. This is the hunter H. Okay, let us say this hunter now. Let us say is A because we have another H there. This is the hunter A. Now it walked into a bush on a bearing of 0 20 degree. Now from here, this arrow to this place is the what? 0 20 degree bearing. Are you getting? So now reach a earth 600 meter from his home. That means the distance from here to this earth. Now let's see, this earth now is our H. From here to this earth is what? Is 600 meter. Come down, come down, come down. Is 600 meter. Now that is it. Then the question of further says he then walked 500 meter on a bearing of 115 degree to trap. Now this is another knot. The east will be here, right? Then we have another one here. So you can just draw something like this and say this is what? This is the east, this is the west, this is the south, this is the north. Now from here to here is 90 degree. From here to here is another 90 degree, which makes it 180 degree angle on a straight line. So which means now, if here to here is 90 degree, where will 115 now fall into? It will fall between this one and this one because this is 90, from 90 to 180. 115 is in between 90 and 180 degree. So it will fall around in between these two lines. Did you understand? Now, you now draw the line. Now, they say 115. He then walked 500 meter on a bearing of 115 degree to trap 500 meter. Then you will draw another line. But note that the 500 meter should not be longer than this 600 meter. So, because 500 is not up to what? Is not up to 600. Yes, you can see what I draw now. So let us assume this is it. So now it's up to here, and this one is what? The 500 meter. And when you get here, you draw the same arrow again. Don't forget. That is, it reaches here. It means this point is the point of what? Is the point where. Did you get it now? So you do it like this. So this is 500 meter. And don't forget, you have to indicate that from here to here is your what? Is your bearing 115 degree. This is your bearing 115 degree, and 500 meter to what? To the trap T. So the trap is what? The trap T. You name the trap. All right. So now the question after that and say, find the distance of the trap from his home. Now, where is the man house? This is it. This is the hunter house, which is a, and the trap is a T. So they ask us to find the distance from here. Then you join it together. They ask us to find the distance from here to here. So we are looking for the distance from here to here. And now for us to get this distance now, don't forget, let's come back to this place. If this place is angle on a straight line, and from here to here is 115, what will this place to this place now be? This angle, this remaining angle. It will be 180 minus 115. And what is 180 minus 115? This place will now give us 65 degree. It will give us 65 degree. Now, the same thing to this place. Check this place out. From here now is what? Angle 0 20 degree. And it comes here, which means this angle now is the same thing as this angle because they are alternate angle. That is something like this that goes like this and come down like this again. Which means this place, this is what I'm doing, is something like this that goes like this and come like this again. So it means this place is equal to this place. This angle equal to this angle. Alternate angle are what? Equal. So for that, this place is 0 20 degree. So I can say this place is also what? 20 degree. Don't mind that I did not put zero. That is because I'm the one that creates these two. That's why I did not put zero, but I put in zero. So that means this place is also 20 degree. Now 20 degree plus 65 degree. Now it now means that the entire this place from this place, the whole of this place now is what? Angle 85 degree. So it means the whole of this place is angle 85 degree. Now they now ask us the first question now say find the distance. The four questions say find the distance of the trap from his home. That is, find the distance from this is the man, the hunter home, and this is the trap. The distance from here to here, and that is, let's say that is our what? Our x. That is our x. Okay, sorry, is our small letter h. Is our small h. That is facing this angle. It's facing this angle h. This is capital letter T. Then this place will be our small t. This is capital letter A. Then this place will be our small a. Did you get it now? So now, what are we now going to do to find our h? That means we are going to apply cosine rule. You are going to apply what? Cosine rule. Because they gave us our h, they give us this angle, but they did not give us this angle. And they did not give us any of the other angles, so we cannot use sine rule. For us to use sine rule, we must have this over this and another angle here. So in this case, we cannot use sine rule because we don't have two angles. We only have two sides. There is no two angles. Did you understand? So here we can apply cosine rule. We can't use sine rule. Now, this is what we do. So to apply our cosine rule, we see like what I wrote earlier. You now say h square, that is the square of this h, we now equal to this, the square of this side, a square plus t square minus 2at cos the capital letter h. This is what you are using, cos capital letter h. Now let us input the values. Then we have h square equals to, what is our x square? 500 square plus 600 square minus 2 times, what is our a? 2 times 500, you bracket it, minus 2 times 500 times, what is our t? 600 into bracket, then cos, what is our h? 85, cos 85 degree. Now this is it. Then you now solve this mathematically. Then you say h square equals to, you find 500 square. So we are going to have 500 square will give us 25,000 plus 600 square will give us 36,000 minus, we are going to multiply all this together. So for this one, we have 2 times 500 times 600. So 500 times 600 will give us 300,000 plus times 2 will now give us 600,000 cos. So 600,000 times cos 85. So yeah, cos 85 will give us 0.08716. So now we cannot multiply that together. We multiply 600,000 and times 0.0875. Now here I have the h square. I have h square equals to, now here h square equals to 500 square will give us 250,000 plus 600 square will give us 360,000 minus, don't forget everything here is inside the bracket. So we have, let me bracket this. This is inside the bracket. So here we have 2 times 500 times 600, then we give us 600,000, then cos 85 will give us 0.08716. So when we multiply these two together, it's going to give us this. When you add these two together, it's going to give us 610,000 minus, then you multiply all this together, it will give you this. Then you have h square, will now equals to, when you subtract this from 610,000, it will give you this. Then to eliminate the square on h, you have to root both sides, whereby you have h equals to the square root of what? 557,704. So when you press the square root of this, it will give you 746.79, which is approximate to what? 747 meter. So 747 meter, that is the answer for the first question, which is the distance from what? From the tap to what? The distance of the tap from his home. So we just answered the first question. Now, survey number 2, we have, what is the bearing of his trap from his home? Now this is his trap here, and this is his home. This is the line of his trap. So from his home, that means from here, from this particular place, we are finding the bearing of the trap from his home. That means he's starting from this pole. He's starting from this particular pole, and it will go. That means what you are looking for is like this, and it will stop here, like this, and it will stop here. It will stop at the trap. So we are going to use sine rule. The size of h is now 747, and the angle of h is what? 85. So we use sine rule to find this particular angle, which is angle A. So when we want to write the formula for that, Let me continue from this side. So when we want to write the formula for that, then the formula for that, you say the small letter h over sine h, that is h over sine h equal to, then we pick this angle, which what? The small letter a is 500 meter over what? Over sine a. Then you say the small letter a over sine a. Now this is sine rule. So let us input the values. H is what? 747. Then we say 747 over sine 80, over sine what? 85 degree. 85 degree. Our H is 85 degree equal to, what is our A? That's the angle we are looking for. We don't know it. Okay, sorry. Our A is what? Is 500 meter. Yeah, that's our small a, equals to 500 meter over sine A, the angle we are looking for. So from here, we can do cross multiplication. Then we say 747 multiplied by sine A equal to 500 multiplied by sine 85. Don't forget here, then we have 747 sine A equal to 500 multiplied by, what is sine 85 here? Our sine 85 is, okay, sorry, we have to find sine 85. So sine 85 equals to what? 0.9962. So here now we have to multiply these two together. Then we multiply this together and get, okay. So 747 sine A equals to 498.1. So here you can divide both sides by what? By 747. By 747. Then our sine A will now equals to, then we divide 498.1 divided by 747. So the answer equals to 0.6668. So now this is the answer for sine A. Sine A equals to 0.6668. But what we are actually looking for is the angle A. So to get our A, we say A equals to what? Arc sine 0.668. Then our A will now equals to 41.8, which is approximately 42 degree. So now we get our A. So which means this particular angle here is 42 degree. The number two say the bearing of his trap from his home, and this is the trap. This is the home. I tell you that it will always start from this arrow. So this is the home. So it starts from this arrow and it comes this way. That means the whole of this place from here to here is what we are looking for. From the trap, which means we are starting from the arrow and it will stop at the line of the what? The trap. So that means we are looking for the whole of this place like this to this point. We can't get your number two to be what? So the bearing of trap from home, of trap from home, we now equal to, this is it, this is the trap, and this is coming from this arrow. So now the answer is what? 20 degree, which is the former 20 degree here, plus the 42 degree we find using sine rule, will now give us 62 degree. That is the answer for number 2, and this is the answer for number 3. Now to calculate the bearing, always know that the bearing is moving clockwise. That means from the trap is from this particular arrow, and it will go like this to his home. This is the distance coming from the home, so it has to stop here. So now what we are calculating is the angle from here to what? From here to here. Then after getting the number 2, we get 42 here. We add these two together, minus 180 will give us 53 degree, the sum of angle in a triangle, and 53 degree. And this 65 is gotten from here because they are alternate angle. So this plus this minus 360 degree will give us the bearing of what? Of his home from what? From the trap. That's number 3, which is 242 degree. And the number 4 here is what? The bearing of the earth from the trap. From the trap. Once you hear from the trap, you know it's coming from this place. From the trap, it's coming from this trap arrow here. So from the trap to the earth, where is the line of the earth? This is the earth. Here is the earth. So this is the line of the earth, the line that comes like this. So that means this bearing will come like this. We come like this, the same way. So that means it's coming like this, and it will stop here at the earth, the line of the earth. So it's coming like this, and it will stop at the line of the earth. So that is the bearing of the what? That is the bearing of the earth from the trap. So now that means we are calculating from here to here, from here to here. And if you are calculating from here to here, it's as simple as the whole of this angle from here to here is already 250, is already 242. And from here to here is 53. So we just add 242 to what? To 53 degree. So now that will give the bearing from what? From the earth to the trap. So we say number 4, the bearing from, okay, the bearing of the earth from the trap will now equal to, so we just say 242, which is coming like this. 242 is already, this one already come from here and stop here, and the earth is still here. So we add 242 degree that stop here plus this 53 here, will now give us the whole angle from here to here. So then equals to what? 242 degree plus what? Plus 53 degree, and that equals to 287 degree. So, and that is the final answer. So if you have any or many questions you want to ask me, you can send me a message.